Hi there everyone. Today I'm going to be giving you a demonstration on bottled water and why not to drink it. I've got samples of water that you can get at any store, and what I'm going to be showing you is the pH levels, the acidity levels, and why it's bad for you. What I've done is I've just put some samples of about 1 inch in every glass. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to be using this pH drops to give me an indicator or a reading as to how acidic or how alkaline the water is. I'm taking average bottles of water that we will get from any store, and I'm using this as an example to prove my point. I really despise giving presentations like this purely because I have had to buy all these bottles of water to give my presentation. What happens when you've given the presentation is I'm going to be discarding this. And where do bottled water go? Well, some say they go into landfill. But for me, being a scuba diver, and a scuba diver for over 20 years, I know that that's not where it goes. For me, when I go under the water in the sea, I see a lot of bottles, a lot of plastic. So it's environmental hazard once more. The turtles eat it, they die, and in some parts of the world, there's so much plastic that it is the size of some states in the United States, which is really catastrophic. The reason why I don't drink bottled water is for a couple of reasons. Is they are all acidic, and I'm going to prove that to you now. Not only that, is you don't know how long they've been sitting in this plastic for. Months, years. And what happens is water is a leacher, it's a scavenger. And what happens is it takes the chemicals from the plastic, and when you drink it, you are actually drinking these chemicals. And one of them is a xenoestrogen, which is a female growth hormone, and it's not good for us to be drinking such chemicals. So what I'm going to be doing now is I've got a chemical chart there that tells me my pH. And why is pH good to know? Well, what happens is your cells cannot thrive in a pH that is acidic. In your cell, you have what is called a mitochondrion, and in your mitochondrion, you have what we call an aquaporin. And an aquaporin is it's a vessel that transports water in and out of your cells. When your heart beats, the aquaporin opens up and it takes in all the water and nutrients in order for it to flush through your system. If your body is too acidic, these aquaporins do not function the way they're supposed to. That's why I'm going to be introducing to you my water, which is electrically enhanced. So what I'm going to be doing is just pouring a few drops of these phenols to give you an acidic . So can you see now? These guys are all acidic. This guy's pretty close to neutral, but we'll see why he's like that in a tick. This guy as well. This guy's extremely neutral. Can you see that? Really, really a good color. That's fantastic. All of these are acidic. All right. So what that proves is the majority of these are all acidic, bar this one. This is Alka Power, alkaline water. And this has got a pH of 9 to 10, which is fantastic. But the problem with that is it's added with a bit of chemicals such as bicarb of soda. And I'll prove to you now, if I'm going to be blowing into this, what happens. Can you see? That's a chemical reaction. So what's happened there, it's taken the carbon dioxide from my lungs and made into carbonic acid over there. This guy here, the Fiji natural artesian water, the reason why it's like that is, once again, they've added chemicals because of reverse osmosis. They've added chemicals in order to get the pH up of the water. All right. What I'd like to do is, over here, I've got tap water taken from my tap over here. I live on a farm in Margaret River, and all of our water comes from the rain. And we were thinking, oh, fantastic, we're going to be drinking rainwater, which is really, really good. That's just a little bit too much there. So we thought, yeah, this is going to be great. We're going to be drinking a lot of rainwater, but what happens? Can you see how acidic that is? People, our body, ooh, look at that. Our body is not used to drinking acidic water. Our body cannot thrive on it. May I introduce you to this guy? This guy's taken from a medical device, and it is alkalized, restructured water. Alkalized meaning the electrons or the water has been blown into bits. All right? So we've got molecular hydrogen, we've got available oxygen, and we've got hydroxide. That's a free radical that takes out all the toxins within your body and releases it. So this guy, he's sitting at, there he is there. So this is a 9.5 pH taken from my machine a few seconds ago. But what I want to also show you is I've got an oxidative reduction potential meter, or orb meter, that shows you how acidic or how alkalized these actually are. So if I place it in there, we're looking at 368. This one here, 330. This one, 330. This one here, 357. This one, 370. No, sorry, 305. I almost cheated him. 305. This one here, the alkaline water is 200 it's gone into the 304. But can you see it's no longer alkaline, it's acidic? This guy, our soda, is 403. Tap water, 350 or 300 odd. These are all positives, which means it's not good for our body. I'm going to introduce you to our alkalized restructured water, and can you see on the side there, there's a little negative button. This has gone into the negatives, 355, and I've just taken it out of my machine a couple of seconds ago. It is restructured alkalized water that is free of, that has got fantastic molecular hydrogen, available oxygen, and tons of hydroxide. Again, that's a free radical. So why am I actually showing you all of this? Not only do these bottled waters leach bad chemicals into your system, but it's all high in acidity, which is bad for you, it's bad for your cell, and it's bad in cellular movement. So I'd like to introduce you to, if I were to drink my electrolyzed water, which is full of hydrogen, and I'm just taking this as an example, I'm putting 500 milliliters in there, or half a liter, and I'm going to be giving it a pH. Can you see it is beautiful? It's rich, it's deep purple, It's almost royal. All right, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to be now putting a little bit of a soda, which I'm only using 1 cap. So this is what happens in our tissues, people. I can go out for a meal and have a beautiful meal, and I have a steak and sandwich or veggies and things like that, fantastic. But then I decide to have a soda that goes with it. And this is so acidic that it only takes 1 cap to change that pH that was rich in alkalized water that had a pH of 9.5, dropping it down to a negative pH over there. Okay, can you see it changing? Look at that. It took 1 cap. 1 cap. So 1 cap is a teaspoon. A teaspoon is 0.25 mil, I think, or something like that. That's 500 milliliters in there. You do the math. So whenever you are drinking 1 teaspoon, you are wasting 500 milliliters of alkalized restructured water. Now, there is good news on the horizon, because if I use my alkalized water and I decide to change my water and rehydrate my cells, it's not going to take much. That guy's a bit dodgy. It's not going to take much. That guy's also a little bit dodgy. Oh, you don't even want to play with these guys. Look, I've just made him alkaline there. So I've taken something that's alkaline and I've turned it into alkalized. So what does that say? In recap, I've taken samples of bottled water that I'm drinking, that I'm getting bad chemicals into my system. This guy is an absolute worst. It only took 1 cap of soda to make my cell acidic. All right. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Again, this is just a simple demonstration to prove why bottled water is so bad. Oh, and it's also expensive. Let's say, for argument's sake, that one of these bottles costs $1.50, and you need to hydrate yourself at least, in my case, 4 or 5 bottles a day, times 30. So we're looking at what, $45 a month, times 12 months. We're looking at, what's that? $540 a year. My machine produces this beautiful water at a fraction of that cost. So looking over a 25-year period, you are spending $13,500 on bottled water that isn't doing anything for your body except oxidizing it. My water is antioxidant, anti-aging, high in electrons, in hydrogen, and it is hydrating my body. All of these guys here are harming your body. My water is aiding me in better recovery. What an absolute waste. Look at that. How much water is it going to take to turn 1 cap full? So guys, it's taken 500, no, look at that, it's still acidic, eh? Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable, look at that. All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you found this informative, can you please click and send it on to someone else that might learn something from it? Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day. Be happy, be healthy, and live the dream.